Hey friends, hey family. There's stuff that wants to be said, but it's underneath the surface and it's hesitant to emerge. And so there's like a little bit of fear there of being vulnerable. And so I just wanted to take some space to allow it to emerge. To kind of let go of the desire to know and let go and hold the space of not knowing. Maybe it will. Maybe it will come. I'll welcome and invite it to emerge into the light of awareness. And so, letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. It's okay not to know. Letting go. So there's, changes and transition. Changes, like shifts, shape-shifting happening. Change is happening. Definitely in the transition. Things are moving now from a frozen and stuck place that it has seemed to be locked in, but now like thawing and coming alive and feeling that push like to arise, and so feeling that life inside wanting to come and be expressed and shared and celebrated, and just known, known to itself, like that desire to know itself, like God's desire, like through us, to know himself, to know herself, to know ourself, and to be that. And so just making little changes and going slow and being here in the flow, letting go, letting go, letting go. Looking at the beautiful plants and the beautiful shades of green and everything coming alive and growing and being. And grateful for some of the things that I've let go with love. Released the self-sacrifices that I needed to make, the changes that I did. Need for myself. And so some of those changes that I'm happy about too is because really taking care of myself, self-care, really more aware. I quit smoking. It's been about 6 or 7 weeks. It was really, really, really hard, first couple weeks. The last couple weeks have been easier. The first couple weeks, I still had that little voice in my head that said, oh, you can just have one. You can just have one. You can just have one. And it's just no, that's okay. But thank you. I'll pass. But some of me was just well, maybe later. Maybe I will, but not right now. And so just kind of, just listening to those things and just letting go. So it's been a good, change to make, because it was sucking up so much of my energy, me sucking those things all the time. Not all the time, but it did take up a lot of energy that I could be directing in other ways. And it had been an old companion and an old attachment, and it's just good to be choosing other things right now. And I'm chewing nicotine gum at the moment, just to help me with those cravings and those things. But I am glad that I am no longer smoking and continuing that habit and that pattern. And then we'll see about decreasing the nicotine gum and everything. And I know it sometimes there are just trade-offs that we make and stuff, and until we can make that full like transformation and change, like, or allow it to unfold for us and through us. And so, yeah, that's one good thing. And also cleaning up the diet and actually starting to cook again and make things again, where I took a long hiatus and a long break from like preparing any food, which that used to be like one of my really enjoyable like creative outlets, was just food, because that's the only way that I would allow myself to like express my creativity and my, yeah, because it was just like an enjoyable thing that I could always do, and like, yeah, just something that I knew how to do and I liked to do, and I liked to share with others, and obviously liked pleasing and sharing good things and seeing the joy and the nourishment that you know, that I could offer others through that and everything. But then just got like just some kind of weird relationship with nourishing myself or caring for myself in certain ways. And yeah, I could look a little more into that and probably see a little more into that and why that was. But yeah, it was some unconscious agreement and like some kind of belief in lack of energy and lack of motivation and lack of care. Yeah, in some certain ways that I could become more aware. And so, yeah, but yeah, making those changes and feels good. And I've already noticed, like, yeah, some changes in my energy and like some weight loss that's happened. So just like spontaneously, not trying or anything, just like making a few changes and a few tweaks here and there, and then, yeah, it's just like, yeah, spontaneous happenings, not even like forcing or trying to hold myself to any outcome, but like, you know, intending, like taking care of better myself, you know, like physical health, mental health, emotional health, psychological health, spiritual health, like knowing that it all relates to the whole, and like just starting with the basics and like daily activities of care, and like, yeah, being more aware of what I take into my body and what I am choosing for myself, and where I am directing my energy to do that, to choose that, and to be that for myself. And so, yeah, that is working out well for me. I feel like, yeah, it was a long time coming, and it's just a good time to focus on like those kinds of things, like for well-being and for that wealth that is our health, and honoring that, like the life that I've been given to nurture this life and to care for this life, and yeah, attend to my needs for well-being. And so, yeah, those are good things that I was able to choose for me, and I'll keep choosing those things daily, one day at a time, and not expecting perfection for myself, and letting go of all the pressure and expectation. It's a lot easier just to allow it. There's no resistance. So also, yeah, looking at relationship health and seeing like my relationship with myself as a garden, and then my relationships with others as a shared garden that I share with them, and noticing like where, yeah, in what relationships they need a little attention or a little bit of nourishment, a little bit of more care there, because some things have been neglected and have withered and died, or, yeah, just need to be trimmed, pruned, cleared to make new space to relate and to work together in a shared relationship, and seeing like, yeah, the exchange or the care or the availability of the other that's in relationship with me, if they're willing to show up and care for our garden. And sometimes it's like there's different attachment styles that can show us like what needs care and like illumination, awareness. And so like, yeah, what I've been looking at is avoidance, like the avoidant attachment, and how sometimes that is passed down, like the avoidance of confrontation, avoidance in addressing certain things that need to be addressed even though they're uncomfortable, and just like sometimes ignoring something doesn't make it go away, like, you know, no matter how much we wish it did, sometimes it just doesn't. And so it can fester, or it can start attracting different parasites to it if it's not cared for. And so yeah, it is time to clean up certain things and attend to certain things and shine the light and into some things that don't look so pretty, you know, and to sit in the discomfort and to be in that discomfort, and to have that willingness to trust and to hold space for the other person and to hold space for myself in new ways where I'm no longer self-abandoning. And it's tricky. Yeah, unlearning some of these things that were learned strategies that helped with survival and with getting needs met, but now they're no longer viable and they're no longer working. So just making those changes and seeing, what is it that I can change? And what is it that I can't change? And can I accept both of those things and have the wisdom to know the difference? Yeah, to accept the things that I cannot change and to change the things that I can. For well-being and in service of the whole and in service of the soul. And what wants to be created, what wants to be remediated. So, yeah, just looking at those things, having some fear come up, but it doesn't last long. It just points me in the direction of where there's power that can be reclaimed and aspects that can be retrieved and included and received and integrated, allowed to be. So I have felt very sad about certain relationships that matter to me and that I value and that also like feel like arteries, like because of the attachments and the history. And so it's just like, do I just give that old relationship back with love to open up space to have a new relationship, because it feels like in a way it is a death. Like it's a death, like I have to let that old relationship die in order for a new one to be born. And so just kind of looking into those things and to see how can like reframe and reform in this space of wholeness and inclusion, to allow like what is and what is not, and like to let go of the outcome and let go of the desire or the longing or the agenda, you know, and just allow it to be what it is and what it can be and what it gets to be, and knowing to trust and just to ask for guidance and let thy will be done rather than my will be done. Yeah, which is always do my best and let go of the outcome. And so like, if I can reach out and I can connect with somebody, but if they don't want to connect, you know, I can allow that, I can accept that, and I can let it go. I mean, gosh, I can accept my feelings like of disappointment and sadness, or yeah, any of that too, and allow it to be, and allow it to change, or allow it to remain the same, and to go do my own thing, and see what other relationships are available, and who is emotionally available for me, instead of chasing people who are not emotionally available or who can't be emotionally available. So yeah, the pain like that I've felt though has been like, yeah, kind of like exile from the family, dismembered, like some of those stories, women who run with the wolves stories, huge stories, huge myths that have helped me so much understand different things and different dynamics. The handless maiden, where she's dismembered. Yeah, she has her hands cut off, and she, yeah, goes through an initiation for 7 years until she grows her hands back, has new hands to feel through her experience, to feel through the world, to feel across and beyond time and space. Like the hands, the symbol of the hands, and the symbol of the tree, and the symbol of the orchard and the apple, and knowing that the maiden is all three. Yeah, the maiden, the mother, and the crone, and all the aspects, and all the stages and phases, like, and the path, and the traveler, and the wanderer, the wandering. Yeah, I felt like I've been wandering for so long, wandering. And that is a tiring state to be in. But it wears us down enough to where we're ready to come back home to ourselves and be real with ourselves. Yeah. After all that tiring journeying, and searching, and following threads. And the red dancing shoes. Yeah, about addiction. And seeing, yeah, what those stem from. Yeah, and why we make certain choices that we do, because we don't believe that we can have, or that our soulmate life is worthy, or that we're worthy of it. And so we choose something else or as a replacement, and we get lost in the substitution of that life. Yeah, we trade it for something else. And so what's coming up for me right now, yeah, is that Wish You Were Here song by Pink Floyd. Yeah, trading it for something else. Trading what was like actually a part of ourselves for something else. Yeah, that somebody, yeah, made us believe was better than what we had, like, in ourselves. Like, and that's tricksy. That's tricky. Trickster energy. Yeah, seeing through certain illusions now. And self-made illusions, self-made deception. Justifications for the split, or for splitting off, or dismembering ourselves from different parts of ourselves. Cutting certain parts of ourselves away because we had to hide them or discard them to be with others because they weren't acceptable or appropriate in some way. And so, yeah, the little orphan girl in the red dancing shoes, who made her own shoes out of like all these things that she found, and she put so much love into them and care into them, into her only possession. They were her shoes, like this. And that's like interesting too, because it symbolizes the feet and the soles of the feet, and the way that our feet touch the earth and carry us, and like maybe our connection and our rootedness, like, to creation, and to like the deeper parts of who we are, how, yeah, we feel disconnected from that, and then like replace them with something else, you know, trashing like our creation in favor of some other thing that's been made to look superior or more glamorous than what we've actually made with our own heart and soul. Yeah, hubris. So, yeah, looking at those things. And how we deceive ourselves sometimes with the help of others. And the incentives, yeah, and the payoffs that there are to keep playing in that. But then, yeah, once our energy is disrespected and used and abused and takes on a life of its own and runs away with us, yeah, that's when we're begging and begging and begging to be set free from it, from what has held us and bound us. And what felt good at first, it becomes painful and really shameful. Yeah. And then we want to cut pieces off of ourselves. Yeah, we need to keep doing that to push the pain away. But if we're avoiding those things, it's only momentarily. So it is, we need to get to the root and the heart of things to see clearly, like, what we really need. So that's why our stories are so important, and the stories we tell ourselves. And we do need new stories. I mean, yeah, stories are medicine, and they hold so much wisdom, and they can show us things about ourselves in the most amazing ways, like with the language of the soul, like of these symbols and these archetypes and these roles that we play, and they're all a part of our whole selves, like that are playing out together to help us remember, like, who we really are. So remembering and dismembering and reconnecting and disconnecting, yeah, like it all is a part of the whole, in service of all, to help us remember and choose what is most honoring of our soul, yeah, and aligned with our soul. And I think I'll leave it at there. I'm just like remembering that we are whole, even though we've forgotten, and it's time to regather and reframe and rename and unname all these things. Maybe listen to our soul's whisperings and our intuition and our inner knowing, and start to ask questions, or just sit in silence and stillness and just receive, instead of trying to control or manipulate anything. To see what's already here, what's asking for reception and inclusivity and expression, like what wants to be expressed and what wants to live, what wants to live through us, what wants to be received, shared, and given, what wants to be lived. Yeah, soulmate life. So one totem that's coming up for me, I noticed last week, because different birds come and go. We live right next to a pond, and it's a fishing pond, and so there are a lot of birds that come and go during different times of the year. Like there's our like year-round neighbors, the ducks that live in the pond, but then there are all these other kinds of birds that come in at the different seasons and cycles of the year. And what I spotted last week that have been there for the whole week is pelicans. Yeah, they're white pelicans, and there's like really two big ones, and then there's like the rest of them are like, yeah, I don't know if they're like uh, the new babies or what they are, but like there's about 20 of them out there. So yeah, it's interesting. I looked up what pelican, yeah, symbolizes, and it is funny because it is all about transition, and it's about traveling, and it's about stillness, and it's about community, and a balance between being with yourself and being with others. Yeah. And so that is so great to me because that's what I've been contemplating is because I've been in this hermit mode or hermit phase for such a long time now, it seems. And now it's like the call to go back into the world and to bring with me like what I've gathered and learned and grown, and to like share that with the world, and share that with others, and to cultivate relationships with others, since the relationship with myself has been strengthened and nurtured. And so it's like now it's time to come outward again from the inside, from the inward, but like have a balance with that, with the inward and the outward, with the inner and the outer, with the internal and external. So yeah, that'll be interesting to look into and to maybe ask Pelican what she advises, and yeah, what her gifts and strategies and insights are. So yeah, it's kind of fun, but I'll put a little link to Pelican in the description box. And thank you for listening, and this gives me some food for thought and some things, to sit with and allow to percolate. And so, hope you're all well. Love y'all, and bless y'all, praise y'all, and thank y'all. Be all you are, for all you are, through all you are. Love ya. We'll see ya.